2020 is finally over. Last year was filled with lots of crap. True, but there were plenty of anime to watch outside of the ones that got delayed. Again and again. Anyway, the Otaku Clubhouse doors are open and we're about to go over our favorites and most hated anime of 2020. Discussions are always open down below in the comment section. Or you can hit us up on Twitter with your opinions. Let's get started. Firstly, I'm not a music person, but I know what I like. When I started off this list thinking about the year's best anime openings, I went scrolling down my playlist to see how many awesome tracks there were. Kaguya-Sama Season 2's Daddy Daddy Do by Masayuki Suzuki, ReZero Season 2's Realize by Konomi Suzuki, and what was going to be my winner, Fire Force Season 2's Spark Again by Aimer. All great, but the winner in my head is on a different level. Black Catcher by Vic and Blanca. I'm a huge sucker for a piano lead, what can I say? Vic and Blanca was hardly on my radar. I'd only heard him do the third opening for Black Clover being Black Rover, and the ending for Double Decker being Buntline Special. But damn, Black Catcher, visually and song-wise, must be one of my favorite openings. There aren't many OPs that I can think of that have that kind of ambiance. Like, I just can't wait to see what Vic and Blanca does next. It's like when I was younger and always looking forward to the next Overworld song. Are they still a thing?
Space. A boy has the right to dream.
Best ending was an easier pick. It falls in line with an expression we use in the clubhouse, Tanami as fuck. That expression is based on a nostalgic late-night anime feeling indicative of Tanami. It's the kind of energy when it's late at night and you either slept through all of the anime you wanted to watch, or that one song comes on and lulls you to bed. Trust me, I mean this in a good way. Anyway, it's Burn the Witch's Blowing by Nil. A relaxing almost 2000s sensation overtakes me whenever I listen to this theme. The ending would fit right in with Himitsu Kichi or Fukai Mori on a late night anime block. Now, technically, Burn the Witch isn't an anime of 2020, but I watched it in installments, so I'm counting it. So far, most of my criticism has been down to it makes me feel good, because like I said, I'm not a music person. This upcoming part, however, this is what I'm sure you're all waiting for. Prefacing the upcoming vitriol, this isn't the objectively worst anime I've seen all year. I could have dug up much worse, and even ones that were just bad on every level. GB8, The God of High School, and Darwin's Game all came out this year, let's not forget. But my most hated anime of the year has got to be... yeah, Rent-a-Girlfriend. Probably a bit of a surprise considering how many prominent anime YouTubers out there were singing its praises as the best anime of that season early on, which makes me wonder how they were able to say that with such an annoying main character in Kazuya. The arc of his character is obvious. I get it. He's supposed to start off as an unlikable loser, and over the course of the series, get better. But all of his interactions with Chizuru scream, ignore the problem. It never feels like he learns from his mistakes, and even when it seems like he's going to, bam! A get-out-of-jail-free card in the shape of Chizuru just letting him pretend to his friends that she's going to break it off with him. Speaking of which, let's talk about the girls in the series, since it is a harem. Mami, she's a huge bitch, but interesting. She's a vindictive, manipulative cunt, but that makes sense for how she's portrayed. Never did anyone who knew what kind of person she really was say, she's actually a really kind-hearted person deep down. Maybe they do in the manga, I don't know. I'm talking about the anime. Then there's Ruka, whose only saving grace is that she kinda looks like Subaru. Her personality feels almost too anime for the setting. It feels like I'm watching a Jun Maeda-John whenever she's around. I get that she could exist as a contrast between herself and the other girls, however, it just comes off as too jarring. Her voice is really nice though. Episode 8 is where I just couldn't take it anymore. The stalking is one thing, but the fact that the show on every instance points out how stupid, childish, and wrong Kazuya is, but continues along in such a manner really grinds my nerves. I hate you so much, Kazuya, you don't even know! It ends in one of the most ridiculous ways possible, too. After being caught stalking her, Chizuru just gives him a gift. Are you kidding me? This guy has invaded your privacy, stalked you for an entire day, and could have messed up your acting job. I know she's grateful for him saving her from drowning, and honestly, that was one of the few times I didn't loathe Kazuya, but there's got to be consequences for his actions, come on! Maybe it's a personal hatred for Kazuya, honestly. I get him, heck, I was him in my first year of college. Some loser who spent all of his time and money chasing women who he'd never have, or trying to be the coolest guy in the room by acting like the biggest asshole. Regretful days, those. But I make it a personal goal to always do and be better. Looking at Kazuya may be like looking into the past to some degree, and that could possibly be where my hatred is stored. But that doesn't change my problem with the writing of all the other characters. Now, while I was writing this up, a thought occurred. I dropped Rent a Girlfriend, not gonna lie. Episode 8 was insufferable. The problem with that was, I'd yet to see what everyone I knew was talking about. And more specifically, who? Okay, I watched it. All of it, all the way through. And well, yeah, you win. Sumi is pretty good. She's absolutely fucking adorable. Her design, her voice acting, the character's personality, and story all play into a bunch of tropes I personally love. I just wish she wasn't in this series. By the end of season 1, and yes, I know there's a season 2, but I won't be back for it, sorry. I feel even more vindicated than before. Mami seems like an intriguing character. Sumi is the bestest best girl and I want to protect her. Ruka, whatever. And Chizuru really shouldn't allow Kazuya to get away with all the bullshit he does. She's just as much the problem with the series as he is. Here we are at the end, and I wish I could have picked something more shocking or groundbreaking and left you all surprised, but it's ReZero, because of course it's ReZero. By far my favorite entry into the isekai subgenre, a subgenre, mind you, I actually don't like anymore. The oversaturation and lack of engagement with characters has left me feeling callous to anything that has isekai or reincarnation in the title. Saying all that, one must give credit to the rare standouts though. Konosuba, Shield Hero, and ReZero all have great main characters, good to great casts, and although they occasionally fall into the trappings of light novels, they also hold their own with strong writing, twists, and comedy better than any other isekais. ReZero Season 1 was great to me. I had high hopes for Season 2. Definitely one of the most anticipated animes of the year for me. But, due to the garbage fire of the year that 2020 was, it got delayed. And so did my excitement. When the series did start up though, boy was it worth the wait. Picking up with a slight retcon from the last season, ReZero Season 2 continues to follow Subaru in his pursuit of becoming the greatest simp in anime history. I know a lot of people hate Subaru, but after the episode showing his pitiful past and giving enlightenment to his more outrageous characteristics, I only grew to like him more. The all too realistic descent from a straight A popular student to just an average Joe during one's school years, a typical phenomenon, was shown in such a somber way throughout episode 4 that I was captivated. Also, we got to see Subaru's father and compassionate mother, who I'd say really served to humanize our eccentric main character. Subaru really ended up being my favorite isekai protagonist by the end of that episode. Well, second favorite.
Lady perfectly. Lady perfectly. Lady perfectly. Lady perfectly.
Season 2. When? Please! Heart-wrenching, terror-inducing, and uplifting moments from Part 1 were plentiful. Everything from Garfield's anger, the introduction of the other witches, everything Echidna. Otto being the best friend ever, and the myriad of gruesome deaths were pitch fucking perfect. But topping it all off was anything surrounding and fleshing out Amelia's character. Amelia has really grown from being the object of Subaru's infatuation, and by proxy, the main girl, to being the main reason I keep coming back. Seeing all the paths that can be laid out for her, the tons of possibilities for what she can become and what she can do, and the fact that she has agency, making decisions. Shit, I'm starting to simp. The haunting "I love you" from Amelia will absolutely be one of the moments I remember from anime in 2020. It's only halfway done, but there's absolutely no anime I'm more excited for in 2021 than ReZero Season 2 Part 2.
スバル大好き